with people who might not otherwise know. Yeah? All right.
Forgot my phone. My handheld one's in the car. That's all
Pledge of Allegiance, welcome announcements, citizen quarter. Finance committee, this is everything.
It might get heated. There will be a fall.
Josh, there he is. Huh? There he is, right in there. Pink shirt. Oh yeah, that shirt is him. That shirt.
Hey, Don. There will be a backstory with the static video that I have. But my buddy was in this town. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
He was here yesterday auditing the library and the city hall, and he had an issue at the library, so he went to go make a complaint. And the town manager gave him a hard time and was really rude to him, so my buddy's coming here to speak his mind and bring some points up about some issues that he has with the illegal signs that they have about filming.
There he is, yeah, that's him right back there. Guys, you see, this is the one if you're an activist, you're a troll, you're a constitutional troll, you're an asshole, you're scum. It's like YouTube trolls. Yeah, YouTube trolls.
Well, it's YouTube trolls that don't make a difference or whatever.
Apparently we're not regular people.
We're not regular people.
Yeah, I'm the guy back here with all the tights.
I didn't know regular people, like apparently we're just trolls, right? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
don't YouTube trolls just stay in their homes?
Yeah.
They don't come to town? Okay. Just making sure.
And that's where public comment will be right over there.
Very real people. I think that's what it is that he doesn't like so much.
What's that?
I think that's what it is that he doesn't like so much.
Don't steal my water.
That's the town manager right there that just stood up.
Yeah, guys, we're just trying to justify why we're here today. And he's probably, they haven't had a great day today.
Hey, Vlad.
Oh, right.
You can tell because he's scary.
This guy's giving them the update over there. Everyone is not happy today. What up, AEC? We're here contesting. You're not allowed to film it. You can do it. You're not allowed to. Civil rights stuff. Out here at C.M.G.A. It's going to be in there.
It's Josh
MA
County.
audits. We got accountability amplified.
He really should learn not to talk with his hands because by doing so, he's like totally making it known that he's talking about the trolls that shouldn't exist, right?
I get this thing queued up. So we're going to start off with him telling us it's illegal to film. I'm interested to see how Steve Green trying to get himself out of this little mess he's put himself in. Full video coming tomorrow. I'm surprised no one's come up to speak to us yet.
Hey, Lala, I love you way more than... Hey, Carlos. Thanks for joining. Lad, hope you had a good day. Dickie, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
So Steve's going to tell every single one of the board members, hey, listen, I know my job's on the line, but don't listen to what these guys have to say. They're probably just full of it. Hopefully they don't have video to back up their claims. You know, I'm real good. I'm Gucci with my 200,000 plus gig I got over here. Stretch needs to go in the unemployment line.
I got my gimbal. It's in my car.
Well, we're having an audio issue with ICAM. It's gonna be a couple minutes.
So keep mingling.
Hey, will you hold this with you?
Yeah. I got you. What up, C.M.G.A. fam? Since we got a second, let me show you. Let me show you guys what we're talking about. Hopefully they didn't get rid of the signs just yet. So it's going to be open for public comment around 7:05. I can bring you over here and just start. How we doing, man? How are you today, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. Are you on the select board?
I am.
I just want to let you know real quick. This
Yeah.
this is running. This is live.
Okay.
So just forewarn.
Mike Doherty.
Josh.
Nice to meet
Pleasure to
you.
meet you, sir.
Mike Doherty.
This is
Nice to
you
meet
know,
you.
my friend and I were here yesterday. I'm not sure if you
Doherty.
heard about what happened.
Not quite.
Okay, so bridges passed, right? About
Sure.
a year ago, I came in. I believe her name is Leah.
Okay.
She was unaware we were allowed to film.
Okay.
She got kind of iffy about it.
Okay.
She wound up grabbing us by the wrist, trying to drag us out.
Okay.
Didn't pursue charges. Didn't come to town meetings.
Gotcha.
Left it at that.
Okay.
Went to the library yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Total rude behavior from the staff there. Didn't understand where it came from. Now I kind of do. So we come here, and on the sign on the door it says we want to make sure our records request got here. So the sign says, due to the presence of confidential information, only hallways and meeting rooms are public spaces. So I knocked on the door, and she said, "Come on in." I said, "I want to make sure it's not employee area only. It says no one can come in." She says, "Oh no, this is open to the public."
Okay.
So I came inside. The first thing Steve said to me
Yeah.
when he came out was we had to shut our cameras off. It's on video, and I quote, "First Amendment trolls, YouTube trolls, foolish constitutional trolls, scum, and assholes who are only here to get clicks and views from people. If that was my goal, he certainly helped me achieve it." He then began to explain to me that room is open to the public. It's totally publicly accessible. It has to be because they don't have windows, like service windows.
Yeah.
But I was not allowed to come in because I was filming. And I said very clearly, so you're saying this is a publicly accessible room, open to the public, but I'm being refused entry and service solely because of the fact that I'm holding a camera and engaging in my constitutional rights. He said yes. Now, we got a much different problem if we walk in and I'm wearing a cross and he says, "Oh, I don't like that cross, you gotta leave," or "I don't like the color of your skin, you gotta leave." Huge problem.
Right. Sure.
There's a huge issue with that. And it doesn't take, and I'm a little bit different. I come in, very nice. Firstly, if it was a private area, limited public forum, the moment he invites other members of the public into that area, he's now converted it from limited public to public. But that's not the question. He's saying we can't come in because we're practicing our civil rights. It's a violation of our constitutional rights. So that's why we came here.
Okay. So,
Put you on the floor for a second.
As select board members, we're not something that is here on a day-to-day basis. We do
Right.
more of a time capacity. I try to do a little more than that because that's why we get elected, right? But it's certainly something that I can have a conversation with him
We're
to
going
get
to
his
speak
side
at
of the story.
the public, public comments tonight.
Sure.
Just to let you know,
Yeah.
don't plan on swearing. Don't plan on being sure. Any of the public employees that are being paid a great deal of money to represent the citizens of this great town should be calling people names like assholes.
You know, we all know that technically, it's a free country. You can call people, generally speaking, what you want in a sense. But I think that people in general, no matter who you are, employee, elected official, citizen, Joe Schmo, from here, not from here, we should try to use polite language at all times.
But when you're a public employee, like that kind
Is an
of,
extra
Sorry, I had
there's
to get my
boundaries.
So
gimbal
of course
set
we
up.
want to behave actually like we behave, very polite, concise, not cussing.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. I
Did
don't
he
want to.
not tell you about it?
He told us that there was an incident that he was going to get into further explanation on.
I'm gonna show you before they
So,
start. This-
so actually, I want to fill up my water,
Oh,
and then I
I'll
don't
meet
want
you in
to.
there.
I don't want to be late. Okay.
Okay,
So I am going to hear
No
what you guys
worries.
have to say during citizens'
Alright.
queries. I
Thanks for
appreciate you
listening
bringing it
to
to my
us
attention.
before, too.
I am gonna let you know, I'm prepared to not sue. When I leave
appreciate that.
tonight, these signs can be down,
Mhm.
and we're moving forward, no problem.
Gotcha.
If not, notice, I already spoke to my attorney, it's a civil rights lawsuit, I get to sue him, the municipality for the negligent supervision of him,
Mhm.
and then I get to sue in US District Court for the violation of my rights. I don't wanna do that, because it comes from who, the taxpayers.
Right, right.
So as long as we get those signs down, because they're illegal, then I'm willing to not pursue in court.
And what was your first name again?
Josh.
Josh. Mike. All right.
Thanks for your
Thank
time,
you.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Should have been here.
This
Oh,
is-
my shit's out of whack.
Good thing she heard the conversation.
Yeah, those signs are, we're gonna get those signs down.
I just never paid attention. As you know.
Paparazzi? No, yeah, stop the paparazzi. I wish I was in LA.
I haven't calibrated.
So I've been assured Steve's gonna be taking down those signs, which is gonna be good stuff.
You good? I forget how to do it.
This kid's got all the gear.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix my gimbal.
So who are you guys with? Who are you guys with?
I'm with myself, and he's with me, he's with him.
Hold on one second.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we should be good.
Guys, for you. For you and for us and for we and for them and for them. It's time to pull a switch. I gotta put this down here. So here's the magic. You guys are gonna flip out. Steve and Crane's gonna get fired, take the signs down, we're all gonna go home. It's gonna be beautiful.
Jesus. I don't think I have it set it. That's what.
What happens when you put it down?
I don't have it set it up.
Okay, 20 people just to
Sorry guys, I gotta figure out the gimbal later. It's not calibrated.
There's Steve Crane, he's just trying to figure out. He's probably gonna do one of the last things he does as a town administrator.
Sorry, man. I haven't used the gimbal with this phone yet.
Guys, so I'd like to go over a couple of the names that Steve called me. The town manager, got 200 grand a year. Here's some of the names that he's called me. The town manager has called me a constitutional fool, First Amendment troll, asshole, YouTube troll, and scum. Yeah, M.A.A. was there too. I called him that also. That was not nice.
Hey, Tyler.
You guys ever at home at the same day? There's literally a camera back there right now. They're trying to figure out how not to move forward with this. It's gotta be at least talking to so far.
I don't know if you heard, but they're having technical difficulties with the audio. Yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff. That's a citizen, yeah.
The audio is not working. We would like people at home to be able to listen in on the meeting. Somebody's on their way over to help fix it, but it could be 15 or 20 minutes. So we're going to change the order of the agenda around a little bit and try to save Whittier in particular. What we have the full ICANN coverage sheet down for that, so that folks can be able to take advantage of that. We're calling meeting to order.
There we go. We're in Ipswich. Here we go now. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Unless Steve gets hold of
Welcome everybody, Finance Committee, and we're in the meeting tonight. Just a couple of quick things. We will have citizen queries, but citizen queries will be limited in duration to 2 minutes.
They're gonna try to get Josh.
Topic that we're not
They're probably gonna do public comment ASAP so they can try to get Josh out of here.
3 boards, the school committee, board of select board, and the finance committee get together several times a year to discuss items of mutual interest that we're working on together. So this is our fall meeting, and have a rather long agenda that we'll get through. So let me just start by asking if there are any citizen queries tonight. Please step up to the microphone and identify.
Since your audio is not working,
Microphone, please.
Since your audio's not working,
Please
what?
identify yourself for the record.
Audio's working. Audio's working?
Audio's working, you guys are good to go.
Oh, it's working now. Good. All
I couldn't tell. with
So
Josh.
Paul Calaban, new resident, been here 5 months on Bell Street. And I have 4 topics that I want to cover, so I know there's a 3-minute limit. So, what's that? What?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, says 3 minutes.
Accountability amplified also.
Tell you on the chair.
And
2 minutes. So I'm gonna ask you these 4 things, and then you can take whatever you want to do with your 2 minutes, which is ridiculous. So on the Whittier thing, I want to know, because it's on the agenda, what the new cost would
Excuse
be.
me, you may not have heard the audio, Whittier is on our agenda, so if you wouldn't mind.
But I have a question and a comment on
He reclaims his time. He'll speak and then you listen. That's how the citizens work,
it.
okay?
Citizen
He'll reclaim his
queries
time.
are,
Thank you.
I can ask what's on the agenda or not on the agenda. You can't limit me.
You're taking his time.
You can't limit me to what questions I ask.
Moving on. He reclaims his time. He'll continue and you'll stop. Thank you.
So, all right, I'm continuing on. Whittier,
Sorry, sir.
I want to know what the new cost per student will be based on this bad deal that we got going on with them. And I would certainly recommend that we make a motion to the board of the district to leave that district and take a vote and petition other towns, because every town around us is upset about this deal. And so if we don't take action before the vote, then we're gonna be basically a slave to a bad deal for a long time in the future. So we could petition to leave the district and have them act on that before this vote on the new school budget, because otherwise we're gonna get stuck with it. All right? And so the other question I have is that 3A, we're talking about 3A tonight. So I want to know why we're not looking at opting out of that, because it's it's one of those things that's a bad deal for the town. It's going to cost us a lot of money. I believe we have the option to opt out, and I want to know whether we're going to be looking at that option and the costs of that, because again, it's going to cost us a lot of money to conform to that, and I believe we still have a home rule opt-out for 3A. 3 is Bruni. So again, the town, this is a 4B thing. I haven't seen anything where we've calculated the cost for infrastructure for fire, police, anything else that has to do with this. Never mind how many new students that'll add to our school district at $18,000 a student. And I'd like to know, when you talk about that Bruni project, how we're going to cover those costs for fire, police, because there's going to be additional funds that are needed there, as well as education. So it's a losing proposition for the town if we allow that project to go forward on the scale that it is right now. And then the fourth thing I have is, I went to the planning board meeting last week, and they told me to come here and petition that we have the government study committee take a look at why we are not electing or appointing by the select board the planning board members. And so they told me that has to come from the select board. So I'm looking at the select board. This has been up for a vote twice now. It's been up for a citizen petition to have the board be elected, and that last meeting, they wanted to have a vote on it, and somebody killed the vote at the special town meeting, which was ridiculous. And so we didn't get to hear to say what the vote is. So I would like to have you guys petition the government study committee to do a study on how that board should be either elected or appointed, and give you a recommendation, because I believe that's what you said at that meeting, at the town meeting, is that would be your recommendation, because you were the dissenting vote. So I would have to say that, if this study should move forward, you guys tabled it indefinitely. We absolutely have a lot of people in town who have an opinion about it, and nothing's being done. It's being stalled and stymied by this committee.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate the questions. So I have item question number 1 and question number 2 are on the agenda. We'll discuss those when we get them in the better? Question
use a
1,
microphone.
question 2 are on the agenda tonight. Question 3, regarding zoning. Select board wants to answer that, but I believe the zoning board of appeals is considering that project, and I think that would be the place to direct your question regarding the zoning project. And with regard to the planning board, you convey what happened at town meeting, and it would be up to the select board to decide whether or not they want to refer that government study commission.
Yeah, just a couple clarifying comments. The government study committee did look into the planning board a few years ago to study whether or not communities or appoint, not the election or appointing authority, but how other communities in town do it. And I believe the results of that review was about 50% of communities elect and 50% appoint. So they decided not to make a change. The other comment was town meeting actually voted to take no action. Not this tri-board, the town meeting actually voted to take no action on it.
You're incorrect. 70% of the other towns have elected planning boards.
Well, a few years
And
ago.
the 2019 study had no recommendation from the government study committee. It was just a report. So there was no recommendation. So you're incorrect on that. 70%, so we're in the minority of towns for having an elected planning board.
Okay. Great. Let's move on to our agenda. Thank you.
There.
Any other citizen queries?
By the way, I understand it's policy that if you'd like to change the
Would
meeting
you
agenda.
identify yourself,
Good
please?
citizen. You want to change it from 3
We
minutes to
actually
2
need a name and
minutes?
address.
Identify your
We need a
name.
name.
I don't have to violate my Fourth Amendment right to appease you, but if you want to change it from 3 minutes to 2 minutes, you're going to have a second, and then you can have a discussion on it, but right now it stands as 3. I'll continue, thank you. I won't be interrupted, I reclaim my time.
Could you identify yourself for the
Good
record, please?
citizen, good citizen, thank you.
What's your address?
None of your business. All right, South Borough has ruled on that. I don't have to give you any personal information to reclaim my time. If you'd like to stop me before I take my 3 minutes, you can change it to 2 and move for a vote. No? Moving on, thanks. The history of town and select board meetings goes back past the birth of this country. It is one of the most beautiful examples of democracy. The people's ability to provide feedback and redress their elected government. A government that is of the people, for the people, and by the people. Those people stand before you today. Over 1 year ago, the town manager's assistant told us it was illegal to film in town hall. She took us by the wrist to try to drag us out. 1 year later, we see the behavior in the library is just as bad. We lodged a records request and followed up in the town hall to ensure they received our request. We approached the door and noticed a sign that read, "Due to the presence of confidential information, only hallways and meeting rooms are public spaces." With no assistance window, I knocked on the door and was invited in by the same woman who had assaulted us 1 year prior. We were told by the secretary that the office was in fact public. At this moment, the town manager came storming out of his office demanding we leave. We were called constitutional fools, First Amendment trolls, assholes, YouTube trolls, and scum, among other things. I continue to ask about the sign as he tried to force us out of the office. Once outside, I waited in a line of about 5 people to try and get service. At this point, the town manager confirmed the office was publicly accessible and was in fact open to the public. And because I was denied services and denied entry solely on the fact because I was engaged in my First Amendment right to free press. If I was refused access or service due to the color of my skin, sexuality, or practice of religion, this would be a different story. But free press is guaranteed within the 5 components of the First Amendment as all the other previous aspects that I mentioned. You could have been refused for your right to religion. You could have been refused because of the color of your skin. And yesterday, I was refused because I had a camera. The signs admittedly by the town manager were not to protect privacy, as there is no privacy in public, but a standing safeguard should anyone with a camera ever try and come in and expose them to the poor behavior. He'd call me a constitutional fool. I call myself somebody whose name is in case law, who's been featured on the front page of the Washington Post, Boston Herald, Boston Globe, Lowell Sun, and featured in primetime CNN. I've retired 3 police officers, a sitting mayor, a selectman, and soon to be Steve Crane. I keep my promises. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of their grievances. Everyone respected here in Ipswich, except free speech and free press. We stand at a dangerous precipice where a town manager is the self-appointed arbiter of what freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution we the people can practice. 300 years ago, we called the man that violated, oppressed, and made illegal laws king. Today, we call him Stephen Crane. If by the end of this meeting, those signs are not removed, you're on notice. We spoke to your select person, you're on notice. You will be sued, town will be sued, and you're gonna put the taxpayers in an awful position because you wanted to say this. Saying, if I don't have a camera, this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera. Okay, you understand? You can't do that. It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross. Shoes, the signs go down, your job goes down. And that's the end of the story. You're on notice.
Thank you. Any other citizen queries?
Shame on you, Steve Graham, for shutting the face.
If you want to make a comment, please step to the microphone. Step to the microphone.
Step up to the microphone and make yourself heard.
Sir, could you identify yourself, please?
I'm a citizen of this state. That's what you need, that's what you get. I'm a little offended at the fact that we're here because this city manager is discriminating. It's selective discrimination. The fact that a camera is a problem for him and a problem for this town. There's case law in this state that he's violating, willingly violating, that's gonna open this town to legal ramifications.
The cameras are okay.
I think you should check into it. You got an attorney, have him look at it. Because I know what I'm talking about. Apparently he doesn't. The fact that those signs are there, the fact that those signs are illegal, the fact that there's no mass general law behind them, no town ordinance, nothing. They're useless. They're as useless as the paper they're written on. The fact that this person can sit there and call people names, the general public, is this what you want for your town? Is this what you want your town to be noted for? Calling people assholes, scum, trolls, whatever. That's not what this is about. It's about you guys representing the people of the town, the people everywhere. The fact that he has actually had the nerve to say this stuff, to turn around and willingly discriminate against somebody because of a camera? You gotta be kidding me. This is a joke. The whole premise of checks and balances is the different forms of government, the judicial, the executive, and the legislative. He's none of those things, other than the executive, maybe. But he has no authority to be the judicial part. None. Where does he get off? Where does this town get off? How can you sit here and let somebody like that run this town and open you up to civil liability? It's a major problem for you folks, and you need to address that, and you need to address him, because clearly he doesn't understand the law. There's no question about it. There's case law that came out in this state, numerous case law that's come out in this state, that says not only that we can record our government officials, but we could secretly record them. Apparently he hasn't read that law yet. I know I have. So I think that this board should take a serious look at the person they got running this town and maybe reconsider who's running it.
Thank you, sir. Any other citizen queries?
I came in here yesterday. I was not
Identify
actually,
yourself for the record, please.
I will not give up my Fourth Amendment. I came in here yesterday. I wasn't even holding a camera. I was having a conversation with you. And I said, it's a shame that you work for the people. And you said, why is that? I said, because you don't know how to do your job. And you slammed the door in my face. Shame on you.
Any additional citizen query?
Coming up.
Hi, my name's Dan Kelly, 6 North Main Street. I just want to clarify something that you said, Sarah. Is it the case that with respect to the citizen petition regarding the appointment of the planning board that was postponed indefinitely at the town meeting, did you say that because the government study committee has already studied this, it's not going to be studied again, that essentially it's not going to be taken up?
I did not say that.
Okay.
I was saying they had looked at it in the past,
Right.
years ago, just at the difference between the number of communities that appoint versus the number of communities that elect.
Right, so tonight is not a night for this, but I just wanted to leave that open for something to look at prior to the next town meeting. Okay, Thank you.
Okay, any other citizen queries?
How you doing? I'm here to address the same
Identify
reason.
yourself, please, for the record.
Freedom fighter. On Stephen, the town guy that runs this place. Very, very rude. I was also involved in yesterday's incident. And I told him what I thought of it. And now all you people know. Like he said, you're on notice. I hope you do the right thing. And one of them is getting rid of this guy. Because he's not worth the money, for one, that we spend for taxes on him. And then you guys want to back him up. So I don't know, maybe it goes beyond him. We'll find out, because I'm going to be around here for a little while. Thank you.
Every day. I'll be in your building every day.
Any other citizen queries? Hearing none, we're going to go to item number 4 on the agenda, which is the Whittier Vocational Technical High School Building Project Update. Sarah, do you want to?
Yes. So tonight we have Gary James, who is the district rep to the Whittier School District for us. He's also, I believe, the chair of the building committee, the Whittier Building Committee. So the tri-board submitted some questions to Gary for him to address tonight, and then we have questions here.
That's all the people get to say.
Gary, I think you have some other staff with you, is that true?
Yes, yes I do.
Can you just identify yourself, Gary, and the staff?
Yes, my name is Gary, 2 R's, last name is James, J-A-M-E-S, and I do live in Ipswich. I have a statement first and I'm going to read.
Curious to see what
As I said, my name is Gary James.
comment on like the issues that
I am Ipswich resident. Yes, with the highway, I have some medical issues going on, so my voice is very shaky, but I'll do as best as I can. I was elected in April of this year to become the chair of the school committee. I'm also on the school building committee, as well as 2 people I have with me tonight. Chris McGinnis, who is principal / assistant superintendent, and Patty Lowell, who is also on the school building committee with me. Just to familiarize yourself a little bit with me, I also worked at Whittier for over 16 years as a guidance counselor.
It's a man that's going to be fighting for his job.
Listen to that thing, man, it would knock you out. When you got in that jacket, you never know. I'm gonna say, this is open to the public. How's it going, friend? How long have you worked here at the Ipswich? 4.5 years. And this is the public office where people come in, right? Did you know that town manager's putting up those signs? He's letting anybody in his office of the public, except if you have a camera. Did you know that? No. So, did you serve in the military? You did. You have that look about you. Thank you for your service. I'm pretty good at telling. Now, you were brave. And you fought for our constitutional rights. You swore an oath to defend the Constitution and the great people of these United States, didn't you?
Yes.
And one of those things that you fought for was the First Amendment, right? The right of the people to peaceably assemble, free press, to redress your grievances. One of those things is freedom of the press, freedom of religion, right? So, if the town manager told me I couldn't come in this office because I was Catholic, would he be violating my rights, do you think?
I think it would have been violating your rights anyway, because this office is open to the public, and has to be because the people that are in this office.
That's a good man right there. He knows more than
I'd like to thank you
the town manager.
for defending our Constitution then. I'd like you to thank you for defending our Constitution now, because your town manager did this. And I just want you to see the gentleman you're working for. We were refused service and entry and access to this
Is your
building.
hat telling me who you are?
Yes, sir. Accountability for all.
No public spaces can be filled. It's open to the public. Anyone can enter unless you're exercising your rights. Saying if I don't have a camera, this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera. Okay, you understand? You can't do that. It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross. The town hall video.
So he'd be violating my rights then, wouldn't he, when he said that?
I would think so.
Yeah. Well,
But
you know
not
what?
knowing enough about the specific circumstance.
Mr. Shaky.
Really, so the
I'd be wherever the fellows live.
He shakes it. He shakes his head. We're filming. You should maybe see a doctor for the head shakes. It could be serious.
Where do you come from? He's a real, what we call in this world, shitbag.
Yeah. Douche knuckle.
In high power, you know, and that's like, you know, my grandmother would run this town better.
Probably.
People would respect her too, because she wouldn't violate nobody's rights.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my grandmother too.
It was awesome yesterday when we came here. I mean, he come right out. We didn't really say nothing. He came
Oh
right
yeah,
out,
he
started-
was. Yeah,
started,
he was.
you know,
He was hot as shit. I seen that. Yeah, he sent me the video.
and blah, I'm like,
Came right
everyone
out.
comes storming out here, being an a-hole, and you call us, you two trolls. We didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, and the other lady played it off like she had no interaction with him the last time.
Yeah. That's all they do is lie.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
we do what we do, right? Keep them accountable.
As Josh would say, liabilities.
And I thank God that there's no actual gray area in the Constitution. It is very, very
unfortunately,
specific.
there are those that think there are gray areas everywhere. I know there are gray areas some places.
Yeah, but not on the
Some-
Constitution. It's very specific.
Right. It's specific, but the problem with the Constitution now is that it is being challenged by people who believe there is this intent.
People like Steve.
It wasn't written as intent, it was written as
As a-
verbiage.
Right, and as
The
absolute.
word,
Wording is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you think we can get this sign down? What do you think? Take out that tack and enough with the people not being able to come into their building. What do you think? Let's get this sign down.
that you can get it down? You know what I would do?
I can take it down?
No.
Oh, I can't touch
I
it.
would,
You can't touch this.
Look at me, no.
No? You can touch it.
I would suggest that you allow the town manager to run his course. And his course
But his
is.
course is unemployment.
No, his course is this evening, the signs have gotta come down.
That's true.
That's true. You said
I did
this.
give him that. All right.
You were
perfect.
very
So I'm gonna
specific
come
too.
back
There's no
tomorrow
gray
and I'm
area.
gonna take it. You're right.
Yeah.
I like this stuff.
There's no
You're
gray
very-
area
See, I
in
need
what you
people to
said.
reel me in sometimes, because sometimes I eat so many chips, I realize that I'm at the end of the bag.
He does that a lot.
I appreciate your time, and thank you again for your service.
Welcome.
This town's
Thank
lucky
you.
to have you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll see you
You have a
tomorrow.
great night. No, don't work too hard.
Take care of yourself.
Have a good night.
Counted 5 on this floor. There's 2 on one door down there.
Hey,
There's 5 of them?
you should have seen
Place where they really are.
the town manager came out and he like looked down the hallway, started shaking his head again, and he was talking to whoever's in that room down there. And I was
The
like,
town manager took away time from the meeting to come out and shake his head.
yeah. So I was like, so he was walking back in. I was like, hey, you should probably see a doctor. I was like, that shake could be bad. It could be something bad.
Well, it's interesting, that meeting is they're having that meeting because he needs to be present for it. And he takes the time away from the meeting to come out and shake his head.
Yeah, I think that's the audio room, I think, or something. But yeah, the first thing he did was shake his head before he went to that room.
There's 2 on that door. That must be, that's a town accountant, so.
So these signs, yeah.
And it's interesting, zoning board doesn't have one. I mean, they must just not give it, that's because the zoning board's a closet. There's nothing in there, it's just a closet in the file cabinet. Oh, look at this. We're at the town hall,
That's the appeals.
and we have
You have
our,
a chance of appealing what they say.
we have
It
our
says it right
activist
there.
beater.
It's a closet.
We
Yeah,
have
about
a
torture
Swedish-made penis enlarger.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
handcuff.
That's what that is?
I thought it was. God bless the boys in blue.
That's the big good sticks.
Is John still in there?
Oh, this is
That
fun.
gentleman was right on how with the police and everything.
And Warren doesn't agree with your signs, man.
How do you want them raised, Warren?
Yeah,
Warren doesn't agree with your signs, but how was that job? What was that door on me? Make that door touch me.
No.
He just can't control his urges,
It's
man.
not the right time. It's not the right time. The
He
purpose is
disagrees
fine.
with your stupid sign too. He served this country. You spit in his face. You know what this is? Recycle for you, because you're gonna be recycling into some unemployment.
Are you a felon? Did I hear that somebody?
That's right, I am. And are you unemployed?
Congratulations.
Hey,
You are
hey, don't you have a meeting you're
You're a
supposed to be in,
Yeah,
bitch?
I'm closing the office.
Bye,
That's how
bitch.
you-
Bye, bitch.
Bye,
You
bitch.
should
If I
see a
could have
doctor
your
for
attention, please.
that shake.
So if you have it, people, he is like the walking his peg
So-
out there, you know?
So,
I thought I was
did the
there.
police,
The police, you know,
somebody
when they
run
violate
their
me,
name for him?
jumping on them.
You
When they put it to the- He's so secure in his truck, you don't think that he's touchable. He's one piece of crap.
Shame on you.
I don't care.
Shame on you.
Find a new job, punk.
I think they're all crooked in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
That's what they all are.
They're all crooked. He's so secure in his job.
Because
The best he could come up with trying to violate our rights is that I'm a felon.
yeah. You see how fast he closed the door? You said yeah.
It's interesting because when somebody acts tough, and then you puff your chest up and say, let that door touch me. Let that door close on me. You know what's interesting? He was like, did you see him? He wanted to get real tough. And I was like, let that door close on me. Let that door touch me. And then all of a sudden, oh, he said, you know why? Because he's untouchable.
It's Wowag.
Town manager, look, the football chair. Are they inside?
I don't know. I meant to say that they
They
might be down. They might be floating around somewhere.
lights are off.
Why the Boxford police here, Ipswich? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Good. Maybe his kid's playing basketball.
What's the deal with that? Maybe. I doubt it though. I don't think they use their cruisers to drive. Well, I guess they can, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he's
if
on.
he takes it home, he can. If it's left over, you know what I mean, from shift to shift, he can't. You can't. You
Yeah.
can't be using it for personal use. Even though they do, we already know that. I got over 400 videos of crews that do what they want and how they want to do it. They like to select people they want to do it to. It is what it is, people. Town Hall, Ipswich. You see that guy, it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
He thinks he's untouchable. That's what he get coming from in this town. They're gonna get what they.
Yeah, it's a nice town. Sure, they got deep pockets.
Yeah. You should see the police station. It fucking. Here's the street. Here's the step to the police station. It's a fucking joke, bro. It's
Right, it's right there.
It's a shitty little cement building like this place, and I'm like, this is the fucking police station? Are you kidding me? You know? Just like Lowe. They got all these fucking cruisers, right? New cruisers that they bought. Fucking autism, fucking cancer, fucking this, doing that one. And they use them for traffic enforcement and shit. You know what I mean? That's like a fucking slap in the face for the people. Tell me that ain't a slap in the face. To be pulled over by, you think you're never going to be pulled over by, you know, a cancer truck because they use them for schools and stuff like that, not to really enforce the
true.
And if you're going to enforce the traffic, you don't use that kind. You use a regular.
Yeah, that's like a
you know what I mean?
promotion car.
That sends the wrong message to people.
Fundraiser car.
You know, you drive by the guy. Oh, I won't get pulled over by him. When all of a sudden you get pulled over and he draws you a ticket for $100. You know, they're all revenue makers. Period. They
overpaid.
For revenue.
Yep. City town manager's a douche knuckle. I'll probably do a StreamYard on my ride home.
I can't see the names.
Sergeant with the 16-year-old homeless girl.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, they're so fucking crooked in that town. They could stick them.
Monkey 83. Monkey
with Accountability Amplified,
This is what it's all about, right?
Accountability for All,
Like some people,
M.A.A.,
custodian knows
and I
what your
believe
rights
his
are. No one else
channel
does,
is
right?
John
Except the people,
Pensacola.
you the people that come in and do the right thing. So everyone here, appreciate you. And if you hit the like button,
Dunya, are you on Zoom still?
I'd really appreciate it. And wait for this video to come out tomorrow. That's where we're gonna stop today.
Let me mute up for a second.
Came out in like 2022. I got to go back in and look at it. But I think there was a case that came out in like 2022, 2021 that also reaffirmed what the 2021 that Judge Saris ruled on in 2020. So
Yeah,
these guys
it'll be.
they're
Yeah,
totally
what's his
fine.
face came out and provoked us, not the other
And-
way around.
And here's
Yeah.
the other thing. I mentioned the word discrimination, and I did that on purpose because it is a form of discrimination. Because what they're doing is they're taking and they're deciding
it
who
absolutely
and who
is.
isn't
Yep.
who isn't pressed.
They're discriminating
Now,
against
in
us.
this state, I believe they claim that you have to have 3 or more followers in order to be considered press. So if you got somebody that's got 1 follower, they don't consider it press. But if you have more than 3 people, fuck you, you're screwed.
Right.
Well, that's why people keep asking if we're with a group or if we're by ourselves.
I just think it's funny. That's why I was saying to myself, like, that guy was given 2 minutes. It's a board meeting. They have to take a vote on it.
So what happens is
That's why I was like, yeah, take it 3 minutes. Whatever.
generally what happens is in any meeting,
Hey, you know his channel?
most meetings,
I
if
don't
they're
know.
gonna change the time limit, they have to, somebody has to motion it.
Someone's got to
Somebody second it, and then they would put it to a discussion with the board, and then they would vote on it. Now they could try and eliminate the discussion, but generally it's either they'll discuss it briefly and then go, okay, let's vote.
Yeah.
Well, they gave the one guy 4 minutes though.
The guy that was up there that I was
in the striped
when
shirt?
you guys went out, the guy that was up there talking on the podium, he'd been up there for over 6 minutes.
Yeah, they only said that because he was setting the precedent because he didn't want us
Yeah,
to talk.
exactly.
We gotta
Which
go.
didn't work.
We gotta go pick up.
I got
girl.
you. I
I
got to get my
appreciate
rear
you.
end going anyway.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Saying my goodbyes and such. Oh man, that was a ship show. Sorry about earlier with the gimbal. That was I'm sure that was nauseating. Yeah, it actually went a little bit better than I thought. I didn't realize there were so many angry townspeople already mad at the what's it called? At the town manager. Yeah, James, I can't hear you. Oh, cool. Bat Mom. Thank you for getting Anna's channel. I'll have to find the no, the guy that we were talking to at the end he was the janitor, custodian. The guy in the blue suit with the pink salmon shirt or whatever was the town manager. No, that's not true, Blaze. That is not true. Oh, cool. Excuse me. Thank you. Hey, Eloy. Alright, I'm gonna jump off here. If you guys want me to do a StreamYard, I'll do a StreamYard, but I wish I had a way to have someone be able to control it. I can't mod you 10. I don't know if you're modded or not. None of you still got the Zoom going? I don't know how to do that. Hey, Gabby. Oh, before I hit the road, I gotta take my contacts out. Put my spectacles on. You guys got me for another couple minutes. Glasses are dirty as a motherfucker. Would you say none of you with the boss? Hey, Bobby Joe. Alright, let's hit the road, dudes and dudettes. You guys can hear me, right? Alright, cool. Clean the screen. So how was everyone's night? This intersection is a shit show. Yeah, well, why, you guys want me to do a stream yet? Alright, hold on a second. Alright, I'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a minute. Thanks for being here.